Welcome to the Roundtable. I'm John Kirby, your host. These are my three correspondents.
Mark.
Joe.
And Brian.
All right, let's kick it off with the Celtics. Wednesday, quite the opposite of a Celtic funeral, more of a revival. What do you guys think about the game Wednesday night?
Great win by the Celtics, able to keep the season alive. After being down 3-0, they showed great resiliency in forcing a Game 6 and hopefully a Game 7.
Yep. What do you guys think about the move by Kenyon Martin organizing a Celtic funeral, having the whole Knicks team dress in black before the game?
I love it. I mean, as a Celtics fan, it hurts, but if I were a Knicks fan, I'd be fired up. I'd love that move.
Yeah, I like the spirit. These guys are always button heads, these two teams. There's a lot of trash talk and everything,
Well, I thought it was kind of idiotic, just giving the Celtics even more motivation to hand it to the Knicks.
I mean, let's be honest, Jason Terry is going to talk up a storm no matter what. So both teams have great motivation. You got Kevin Garnett and Jordan Crawford talking about La. And then you have, Raymond Felton and Carmelo and J.R. Smith going back and forth with these guys.
Yep.
Definitely. The Knicks are confident. Well, they should be because they're the 2 seed. But I think they're a little more cocky than confident the other night.
Agreed.
Their game didn't back up their trash talk.
Yeah, but at least it does make the game really emotional when there's all this background noise going on.
Yep, that's what the
Definitely.
playoffs are about. Celtics staying alive, playing at home tonight against the Knicks. How do you think this game tonight will fare at the Garden?
Home court advantage will be crucial.
I'd agree with that. Only 4 teams have ever made it to a 7th game after being down 3-0, and no one has ever advanced in this position.
In basketball.
Well, yes,
That's
in
what we're
basketball.
talking about.
I know, I'm
This is
just
the
saying. I'm
Celtics.
just saying. I'm
This
just letting
is
everybody
not
know.
the MLB,
I thought
Brian.
we were going to transition to Sox.
Not yet. Do you think the Celtics could be the first team to do it?
I think
In
that they can definitely get to Game 7. They could get to Game 7. Game 7 would be quite a challenge at Madison Square Garden, but it would be a great game to see.
Got to get there first, though.
I would
Yep.
love the Celtics to shut Spike Lee up. Spike Lee irritates me.
And
On the
Carmelo and all
sideline.
those guys. The Knicks.
All right. Jason Collins, first player to ever come out of the closet. What do you guys think about this groundbreaking move?
Well, I mean, it's huge. For the NBA and just sports in general, it's a huge move.
If that's who he is, then it shouldn't be criticized by anyone.
Like Mike Wallace.
It's just him.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't affect his play, it's fine. Just be yourself, man.
Exactly. Jason Terry returning to his Dallas Maverick form as he did in the 2011 finals. What do you think about the Jet?
Definitely a contributor to the Celtics' success. Working ball up while Avery Bradley sits on the bench because he just can't get the ball in the hoop. I would like to see him get it over half court a little quicker so we have more time on the shot clock because the other night it was 15 to 16 seconds and that it can't go on like that for Game 6 and hopefully Game 7.
Yep. I am a huge Jet fan. I think that if he played at this caliber all season, J.R. Smith would not be 6 men of the year right now. Brendan Bass and Kevin Garnett covering Carmelo Anthony during the series. What do you guys think about that?
Bold move by the coach there,
Doc Rivers. I know you knew.
A little undersized, but he's got a big body and he'll bully Carmelo a little bit, even though Carmelo's bigger.
Yep.
Play him tough.
Right.
Make him work hard for every basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Mark. Pierce and Kevin Garnett, could it be their last run together?
Definitely. I mean, I could see Pierce playing for, 2 more years maybe.
He is the backbone of the team right now.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, I could see him staying on this team for even 3, 4, 5 more years.
I could
possibly.
not see
He's
that.
a Celtic for life, man.
Oh, my God. I hope
Meanwhile,
not.
Kevin Garnett, I assume he'll retire after this season. He's just
Yeah, you can tell he's slowed down. He's not hustling as much.
yeah.
Whoa.
Well,
If anyone's not hustling as much, that's got to be Paul Pierce.
Well, that's because he's saving the energy for these big moments, like
Yeah,
right now,
Yeah, you're
bringing
gonna see
the
it.
team
You're gonna
back.
see it at Game 6 right here
Yeah,
tonight.
not fouling like every other minute.
Yeah. All right, guys. Kevin Garnett, 52 rebounds in 3 games. Impressive statistic right there. And you guys think this is his last year?
Definitely, I think he's.
I think he might have one more left, but
I think he's got 2 years. I think after his contract expires, that's when he's going to retire.
I think he's emptying the bucket right now. Putting it all out on the table, and just going in there for that one last run.
I think that it's definitely the last run together as a pair. I don't think it's the last run for both of them.
I mean, Pierce will be there. It's just a question of Garnett will come back another year.
Oh, I guarantee he will.
They guarantee.
Guarantee.
Okay.
All right. On that note, Raymond Felton scoring way too much, going off in, I believe, the second quarter. What do you guys think about Raymond Felton?
I think that this is a direct sign of why the team needs Avery Bradley in, even though he's not the scorer.
He's been terrible offensively, and I would have liked to see him play more of a role, but he's just.
Yeah, I mean he played minimal minutes in game 5, and that's why Raymond Felton scored a playoff high this year for him. Jason Terry just can't keep up with Raymond Felton. Just working that pick and roll. He's either shooting the long ball or taking it to the hole pretty quickly.
All right, we're going to move on to the Red Sox now. They are on fire. Fire. The Red Sox matched their best April win total in franchise history, also done in 98 and 2003. Came
So
within
twice before.
Twice before.
Okay.
Came within a few outs of standing alone, just as they do at the top of American League East today. So, what do you guys think about the Sox?
Well, I mean, they're the best team in baseball. I've been saying it for a while now. Out of the 30 teams in the MLB, they are the best, and record-wise by multiple games. And then the Yankees are second best, and the Orioles are fourth best. So that just shows how good the division that they're in is. And we can make the playoffs, but it's still going to be tough, even though we are the best team in baseball.
Yep.
I disagree with that. With the Yankees being the second best team.
Well, I'm saying record-wise, they have the second best record
Well,
in baseball.
record-wise, maybe, but you need to give.
That's not arguable.
Please.
I mean, they have the second best record in baseball, and they're missing their captain and best player, along with Mark Teixeira and all those big role players.
When
that
they
have.
come back, they will be the second best. We'll say that.
Okay. There are a number of different reasons for the Red Sox's success on the field. They rank in baseball's top 5 in runs, 135, putting them in 4th place. On-base percentage, .347 in 3rd place. Slugging percentage, 446, 3rd. Batting average, 271, 3rd. Walks, 97, 3rd. And how about this? Stolen bases, 22 stolen bases, 2nd in the MLB. What do you guys think about those stats?
Well, if you notice, those are all offensive, and even though we've had great offense, the pitching has been magnificent as well.
That's the next bullet, Brian.
Okay, well, our offense is great.
Okay.
I think that's Napoli. He's been playing huge for us. Had a nice double home run game, a few back, and then just huge.
All right, moving on to the pitching staff. They have been led by Clay Buchholz.
Cheater.
What?
You have something to say?
There have been reports and allegations recently that he has been messing with the ball before he pitches. I've looked at the game footage, and while he is rubbing his arm and then touching the
He
ball
puts
plant.
rosin on his arm. John Farrell backs him up on that. All the other pitchers know it. He
I
puts rosin on his arm.
I agree with you.
No, you don't.
I agree with you. They also interviewed Salty and the other catcher.
Jared Saltamacchia.
Salty and the other catcher at different times, and they both said that he had the substance on his arm. So clearly, not a huge thing to be worried about, but definitely allegations could put some doubt into his 1.01 ERA. So.
Yeah, I mean, the best ERA ever season-wise is 1.82, and Buchholz is way lower than that. So people are just upset that he's doing so great and that the Red Sox are so great.
Yeah, I think John Farrell put it best, you got Clay Buchholz saying, I've been doing this since 2008, since I was, in the farm leagues and playing terribly, and then now here I am, all of a sudden I get good, and then people claim that he cheats all of a sudden, so it's tough.
It's tough to be the best.
I mean, the Red Sox just have a great farm system that brought him up. That's a great point, Mark. I know some people think that people in the farm system won't play, but he played AA, AAA.
Well, I think definitely they could play. You got guys like Jackie Bradley Jr. that have continually struggled. I admit that he's not done quite as well as I expected. He's back in the farming system, but I could see him coming up in the next 2 or 3
Went
years.
3 for 5 2 days ago against Columbus.
That's pretty good. All right. Is Buchholz the best pitcher in the MLB?
Yes.
By far.
I'd
Other
agree
than
with all of you.
maybe Lester actually. The Red Sox have the 2 best pitchers in the MLB.
No.
Wow.
It's Buchholz by far.
Okay.
Well, Lester's the ace.
Buchholz by far.
I'm a big Jonathan Papelbon fan, but
What teams do you play on?
Phillies.
Yeah, that's right.
No, it's right. Thank you.
Everyone knows.
These guys outdo him, but still a big fan.
Who do you think should get the closer spot on our team? Bailey or Hanrahan?
I'm gonna go with Hanrahan.
I'd say Bailey.
I'd say Bailey as
not
well.
even close.
I would do Bailey, but Hanrahan was pretty clutch last night.
Yeah.
Even though it was in a tough situation, but he came away without giving up any runs.
That's right. Number 1 in power rankings by ESPN. The Red Sox are. What do you guys
Yoda.
think about the Sox right now?
I think it's just an overall effort. Great hitting, great base running, great starting pitching, defense, everything. Yeah, that's why they're ranked number 1 for a reason. They just do everything the way it should be.
They're in the top 5 batting, pitching, and fielding. They are playing perfectly. They're the best team of baseball.
And
They're playing well, yeah.
They're playing stupendously.
And the bullpen is just doing great. Not
I
as
mean, Uhara blew the save 2 days ago.
well.
They're
It's
playing
a long
well.
season,
Playing
Brian.
well.
They've done well up to this one game that you want to talk about, but it's not as good as the Orioles bullpen, but it's still a very good bullpen that can finish out games. Each and every one of them can.
Okay, moving on to the Bruins now. Looking pretty good in the first game.
Yeah, pretty good.
Extremely good.
Yeah.
It was a great game.
Fantastic. All right. Home game tomorrow night, leading 1-0 in the series. How do you think the Bruins will fare?
Say they win.
I agree. I mean, last game they had a pretty firm handle on it.
Yeah, they're a win.
I say they win. They win the series in 5 games.
I might just give them a sweep.
Yep, I think they're gonna sweep.
5.
Yep. Oh. All right. Moving on to the Kentucky Derby. The most exciting 2 minutes in sports is tomorrow. Who are you here picks, guys?
Golden Sense.
Golden Sense has.
Might as well call it common sense.
Well, actually, the sense in that is C.
I know. It's a pun.
Okay, Brian. All right.
So, I could really see this young gun coming up and just blowing out the rest of the bunch.
With no horse experience at all, I'm gonna pick Overanalyze, the number 9 seed, right below Golden Sense.
And you know
the one
who
to look
else-
out for me is Revolutionary.
Oh,
Number
Revolutionary.
3.
And you know,
Revolutionary has Calvin Burrell riding him. Calvin Burrell has just dominated the Derby, and as we all know, he loves to ride the inside rail. So he has a great post position for doing so. The 3-horse.
Yeah.
So
and just if it's not Golden Sense, you know, as much as I'd love him to win, and I could see him winning, I'm gonna go with Orb as my
Orb
second
was my
place
third pick.
guy. Yeah.
Kevin
Great
Krieger.
specimen.
Kevin Krieger riding Golden Sense. A few years ago, he was riding here in Boston. At
He's Jamaican,
Suffolk.
right?
He is Jamaican.
Okay.
At Suffolk Downs, rides a lot of horses for. Used to ride a lot of horses. For
If I had to pick my dark horse, like a low seed,
Before he moved on.
I would give it to Frack Daddy.
Frack Daddy, has some good breeding behind him by Scat Daddy. Just worked in a minute and 2 seconds for 5/8 of a mile.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yep, Frack Daddy.
Watch out for him.
Yep, the big gray horse.
The dark horse.
Rosie Napravnik could be the first female jockey in history to win the race.
That would be
Very big deal.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
that surprised. I mean,
monumental.
women tend to be lighter. So.
Yep, she rides the number 6
Sexist.
horse.
Sexist.
Rides the number 6 horse, Minute, trained by Thomas Amos. Worked 4 furlongs, half a mile in 50 seconds. That's not too impressive.
Yeah, but you know they'll improve before tomorrow.
Yep.
It,
Practicing today.
it would be
Correct.
a giant win for women just in general. It's just a big deal.
That would be a big deal. Although the odds are literally against her at 50 to 1. You never know. You never know. Todd Pletcher, leading trainer in the country right now. 5 horses in the race. What do you guys think about Todd?
You know, I mean, if you have 5 horses, you got
You got a fourth of a shot.
Exactly, you got the odds on your side. As long as they're good horses, which knowing Todd, they'll be top notch.
Yeah, he's a tough guy.
Yep.
Not tough. Just a
Todd
great
has
trainer.
Joe's pick in the race over Analyze, as well as Palace Malice,
Palace
Verrazano.
Mouse, talk about a specimen. You know, this guy. That horse
He's got
can move.
Revolutionary too.
Yeah, he does have
It
Revolutionary.
was. It's
Verrazano,
gonna be tough to
the
beat for
second
Goldies.
choice.
This guy is stacked.
This guy,
This
big
guy.
arsenal.
Watch out for Charming Kitten too.
Well, is that the one that's on the also
Yeah,
eligible
that's-
list?
Nope. No.
Oh,
Charming
number
Kitten is
15.
the number 15 seed. I think you're thinking of the other kitten.
Fear the kitten.
Fear the Kitten.
Well, I'm not too afraid of the kitten because it won't be running.
Oh.
All right, so
I'm going for a long shot pick of Rick Pitino's horse. I don't know if that's a long pick or not, but I think he's got the luck of winning the national championship. I think it might move over to horse racing. Maybe, I don't know.
Yep. I think that the Derby's going to be very exciting this year. A lot of speed horses, a lot of horses that like to close late. It's just going to be an exciting day. Yeah. So we're going to move on to the Patriots and the NFL draft. The Pats trade down. How do you feel about their picks?
No surprise there with the trade down. As far as the picks are concerned, I love what they did at wide receiver with Aaron Dobson and Josh Boyce. While I think picking Keenan Allen and then Quinton Patton would have been smarter, you can't complain with the picks that they got.
I know that I'm really happy with the trade that we made overall, getting all those picks for just our first one, because you knew Billy was going to do that.
I think it's Bill, Brian. Anyways.
If you don't know him, then I guess.
Oh, do you know Mr. Belichick?
Not personally.
Okay.
Let's move on.
I know of him.
Anyways,
That's not why
Jamie
I'm-
Collins, an athletic and huge impact player.
Oh,
What do you
no
think about
doubt. I could see him really rushing the passer this year. And also on the draft, I think that sorry, the Patriots, they pick a lot of Rutgers players because they're pretty good, and I think they know that now. Talked to Greg Schiano, who used to be their coach, and Devin McCourty obviously went there, so they've got that intel. So they picked 3 Rutgers players in this draft and signed a few other undrafted free agents out of there. So that's their really tapping well.
Good draft in general.
Geno Smith going to the Jets. I know Rex Ryan's very excited about a player with such good footwork. What do you think about Geno?
I think it's a publicity stunt. I don't think he's gonna make an impact for a couple years. I think it's just because of the departure of Tim Tebow. It's just him against Mark Sanchez. Against Mark Sanchez, I just don't see him being an impact player for a while.
Yeah, I have to disagree with you. This guy going to take over from Mark Sanchez pretty quickly because they just need someone new there. Definitely good value. This guy was arguably a number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, you made that argument, right? Congrats on calling Eric Fisher, though.
Thank you.
Good pick.
Speaking of Eric Fisher going to
As
the
I was
Chiefs.
saying.
Oh, all right, go ahead, Mark.
No. Yeah, so I think Mr. Smith could really be a huge player for them next year.
I agree. Eric Fisher to the Chiefs, first overall pick. Mark, you called this. Any of you guys surprised by that?
I thought it was going to be Luke Jokel, but, I mean, it's a sensible pick. I get it.
Watching the pre-draft, I kind of had to change my mind because literally every expert picked Eric Fisher before Luke Jokel.
I didn't.
You're
well,
not an expert.
You're not.
Why am I on that?
Well, he's our in-house roundtable expert,
I see.
along with Mark and Joe,
Yes.
Not you.
and not me.
Just kidding.
Going on to the rest of the NBA, Warriors.
Oh, jeez.
The Warriors are looking very strong. Stephen Curry just putting up monster numbers.
Yeah, they
on
won their
fire.
series.
David Lee was actually back last night. He played a minute and 27 seconds.
Yep. Took one shot, missed it, but
Got a rebound, though.
Brick.
I think it really fired up the Warriors team.
Definitely. He said after the game that it was just to pick up his team emotional feel to eventually close out the series.
And that was
against the
huge
Nuggets.
because, you got an unorthodox team in the Warriors. Everyone says, shooting is going to be really tough in the playoffs with, you can't put up big numbers. And then we saw them put up 131 points on the Nuggets earlier in the series. And now, I think if they hadn't won last night, then it would have been really tough to close at Denver. Okay, moving on. How about the Thunder? You got Reggie Jackson really stepping up at 16 points a game.
Kevin Durant's been shut down, though.
He's talking about
Only 48 games.
Okay. No, they've been playing very good defense on Durant. He's been coming up dry often from the field.
I think that is ludicrous to say, Brian. But, opinions. Everybody has them. Good luck to our local sports teams here at Dover Sherburne. Keith Brockway, our track star. This is the Roundtable. See you next week.